Hey guys, I want to do a quick video on Project 2. This is something you should start this weekend. And I think I outlined in class kind of the big idea, but basically we want to look at, if I want to buy something, I don't have all the money up front, and kind of go through a responsible borrowing situation. I give you two handouts if you came in today for the test, the starter work and the financial project. I'm going to open up the starter work here and then kind of walk through how I would get started with this in Excel. Again, kind of the scary thing about this situation is you don't have an Excel document to start with. So remember, you go to your computer and you just click on Excel, you open up a new file, and you got a big blank sheet here. So step 1, 2, and 3 are really about kind of framing the question. You can see on the back of the starter, my step 4 is a bold question. Okay, so I'm going to copy and paste this in to Excel. When you're putting this question in, you don't want to just put it into a regular cell like that. You want to kind of set up a space for yourself. So you select a bunch of cells, go up here, do merge and center and wrap text, and then you can put text in. I'm just going to get all this text here if I can grab it. So basically the three things you have to figure out, steps 1, 2, and 3, are what's the APR that you're going to get, what kind of object are you looking for, and what kind of APR could you get from a bank that you have a relationship with, and what do you think you could afford to pay per month for that object, and how long do you want to pay it off for. So it could be challenging. Say you are, you're not working right now because you're just focused on school. So the question, what could I afford to pay towards a car loan that I'm borrowing, may not be a really sensible question. Just come up with a number that sounds reasonable for you, working scenario if you're not currently working. Okay, so this is based on the decisions that I made, which are on the back of that project starter sheet. So then I have to use Excel to answer this question, right? Now we talked about at the end of the Unit 2 a bunch of different financial equations. So you've got to come up with the equation that's going to determine the answer to this question. How much can you afford to borrow, right? And I'll give you a hint. You're basically deciding between PMT and PV because those are the loan equations, and you have to set them up right and and do the calculation correctly. You can't check with anybody else because everybody's number is going to be different, but use your resources to try to figure out which of these two equations you're going to use and what numbers you're going to put in. If you're getting something totally crazy, let me know and I'll see if I can help. So then once you have that question answered, you can go on to the next part, right? So apparently when I solved this, I got $6,899.23. So that came from using the correct equation. I'm telling you which one it is. And now I'm going to reframe the question. So I take this question and I'm reframing it. So again, I'm going to set myself up here with a little box to write in. And I've already written it on the other sheet, but I'll just make it up again. Okay, so Ben finds a truck for, I don't remember what I said, but I'm just making it up, $6,000, and he gets an APR of 2.79%, and he is going to pay it off in 3 years. How much does his monthly payment need to be? Okay, so this is really the beginning of the sheet, is just asking this question twice. First, how much can I afford to borrow? Second, what is my monthly payment actually going to be if I could have afforded to borrow about $6,900, but I found a truck that was only $6,000. So then I use the other equation to figure out the answer to this question, and I'm going to go do it on a separate Excel sheet so you can't see it. And I'm going to keep it a secret. I don't want to tell you how to do the work over here. And that's and that's okay. So it looks like for my scenario, and again, I don't know if it matches the one that I put on the sheet, but the answer is 173.93. Now, here and here, it would be good to have labels, right? So you could say how much I can afford to borrow, like that, or you could put it kind of in the middle of a sentence. What you want to have, though, for sure, is you want to have the work behind this. So the way I have it is just typed in, but when you click on it, you should see the formula behind it. Okay, so now to finish off the starter work, let's answer two important questions, which is how much will Ben pay total, right, over the 3 years, and how much interest does he end up paying? Because these two questions kind of frame, well, especially this last one, this is really the heart of this project. Okay, and I'm going to, again, merge and center here so it's all in one cell. We're basically going to run through this same purchasing scenario 3 times. We've already done the first one once we've done this. Now, remember that how much I end up paying total is just the product of how much I pay every month times how many months I'm paying. So in this case, it's 36. So if I ended up paying $6,261 total, then how much interest do I end up paying? Well, I got to look at how much I paid total and take off the price of the car, because if I'd had $6,000, I could have just bought it outright. So this is the interest amount. Remember that Excel has a little dollar formatting sign so that if you want to format everything as money, you can. So this is our first answer to the question, which is if I want to buy this truck under these circumstances, I'm going to pay $6,000 for the truck and I'm going to pay $261.48 for the loan. Your next step, if you look at the instructions here, is going to be building a table. So this is the end of the instructions for the starter work, but it's not the end of the project. Don't get confused about that. In Excel 7, you set up a repayment table, just the first couple of ones. Yeah, I changed the numbers here. Don't freak out. So what I would do, well, you could go to Excel 7 and copy and paste. I'm actually just going to copy and paste this here because at least it gives me the structure. This I would put on a different sheet. So I do this little plus thing down here, Control V, got myself my repayment table. I'm going to change the numbers, 6,000. These numbers are just hard numbers right now, but they really need to be formulas, right? And we went through this. This was a question on the test. This was also Excel 7. So if you don't remember how to do that, go back to Excel 7 and look at that. Calculate the finance charge, calculate the new balance, calculate the payment. The key here is that once I get that all set up, I can do autofill and get it to pay off. Now, I'm going to leave it there because I want this to be a relatively short video just to get you into it, get you kind of thinking about your project. Because once you have this sheet 1 done and the sheet 2 set up, if you don't know how to do autofill, I can show you how to do it. Sometimes students have trouble because they're trying to include this, which is a hard number, when really you want to go from here with these 4 and do your autofill. And then, you know, I mean, we've got another month to finish the project. So all I want you to do this weekend, get started on it, take a look at that, take a look at this video so that you're off and running. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later.